Fake friendships, gut feelings, being cheated on. Do you know how to spot them?
You got to keep open communication, share your feelings.
That's really what makes a relationship healthy.
Online dating, that's just, I don't know. It's hard. It's not fun.
Educated women have a harder time finding a partner.
Every relationship, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be differences. There's going to be arguments.
Welcome to Session and Secrets. And today I'm very excited to be with my amazing friend, Vanessa Alvarado. She's a licensed clinical social worker, and she's one of the persons I go to when I have struggles in life. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, amiga. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, Vanessa. And I'm very excited about this topic because, we get to talk about exactly how to identify fake and how to identify positive support and authentic relationships. Yes. And so what do you think makes a strong relationship or friendship?
I think like any relationship, there has to be a connection, similarities, commonalities, personalities need to be aligned, maybe same stage of life, going through similar things, similar backgrounds. The more you have in common with someone, the stronger the bond that you can create with them.
Yes, I agree. Like we have a lot in common, right? Mm-hmm. We both like music. We both like having fun. And of course, we're in the same field, right? So that's how we met. And have you ever experienced a friendship breakup?
Maybe I can't remember that many, but like maybe in high school because of immaturity. In my adult life, just growing apart. The distance, finding different friends, different relationships.
Yes.
Things change and you just lose contact or interest.
Yes. And I think the same. Sometimes, life takes you through different stages and it's hard some people just don't go along with it, right? But we've been able to keep that relationship even though you live out of state. And every time I meet with you, it's like we catch up and it's like time has never passed, right? It doesn't matter what time I call you and then I tell you whatever's happening. But I think you said something important, right? Having similarities, and I think also being authentic, right? Being truthful about things, and that's really what keeps friendships, relationships going. And how are you able to keep those friendships? Like you have a lot of friends from childhood too. How have you been able to keep those friendships going through different stages in your life?
I mean, I think communication is very important, right? So being able to reach out to them, vulnerability, sharing as much as you can, experiencing, spending time together, quality time, connecting, reminiscing on old times, going back to basics, just having that support, being real with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's all.
Yeah. And I think that's, like really important. And like when I struggle and I go to you, I know maybe you're not going to tell me what I want to hear, but you're going to tell me what I need to hear. Right. And so it's being vulnerable and being real, right? Being real and authentic with the people around you. And that's really what makes a relationship healthy, whether it's friendship, right? Whether it's like a romantic relationship or a family relationship.
Yeah.
And what's been your biggest relationship lesson so far?
I think it's listening to your gut feeling, right? You got to trust your intuition and communication. You got to keep open communication, share your feelings in every stage of life. Because if not, it's going to come out in your actions and you'll notice a difference.
Yes. And how do you know it's time to walk away?
When they have 6 children.
From different baby mamas?
Yes, maybe. You always know there's red flags, right? And I think that's what important, having friendship and a friend to go to talk about, like, hey, this happened, or this is the background, or
yes,
this is what he is or she is, to check you and tell you like, that's not good. That's
Like having check-ins with other people, right? I facilitate, I think I've told you, a men's group, and what I've noticed is like these guys don't have a lot of social support, like don't have this strong connections with friends. Because maybe their friendships are more like, hey, buddy, and like, let's go drink and have fun, but they don't really get into what really bothers them. And so I love my class, and hi guys, they watch. And because they get a chance to be vulnerable with each other, and they get a chance to open up. And what I've noticed is like they don't really have anyone that exactly tells them like, hey, that's crazy. Like what's happening right there in that relationship, it's crazy, right? Like
not okay.
That's not okay. She's just using you. She just wants you for your money, right? When once they start talking about the relationship. And so I love and I talk to them like how we get a chance, we as females, or we get a chance to be socialized, to connect and to open up and have friendships. And sometimes it's a little harder for guys to have that bond because they were not socialized. Sadly, they were not socialized. And so in these classes, right, these guys get a chance to do that, to be vulnerable, to open up, to learn how to sit in their feelings and sadness and heartbreak and disappointment and share it with each other. And they get to hear other people's feedbacks, right? Like all the other guys' feedback, and then we're there, right? And
I think that's a green flag for girls too, knowing that their boyfriends or significant others have friends. Like I think we enjoy that they also have someone to talk to and spend time with. I think that's positive. That's a good sign that there's other healthy relationships besides just the one between you and them.
Yes. And do you think that can you love someone and still let them go?
You should. If you love them, you should let them go, right?
But it's hard. You have to acknowledge it's hard.
And that's where you turn to your friends, and that's where you turn to your support group, and that's where you do other things.
That's where you find support, right? And I think that, yeah, you should, right? That's another thing that I talk to I also have a female group, but that we have to be able to let them go, because at the end, you have to love yourself more than, settling for less or putting up with things that you shouldn't. And so at the end, you do have to let go of people and practice radical acceptance, letting go without adding pain, right? And so what has been your process for healing after a breakup?
Talking to my friends, going out, listening to music. I rely heavily on my family and friends. So, I can call you, cry it out, dance it out, whatever it needs to be done to get over it slowly.
Yes. And I think something important, right? Like we're professionals in this mental health world, but we're also human beings. And so we also have our heartbreaks. We also have our worries, right? We also have maybe people that have lied to us, that have cheated on us, or we've had those, the same feelings that other people have. And so I think it's really important to just know that there's people like you, right, that I can resort to. And I have other people and family and pets that love me.
That's true.
And a daughter, right? And so that we do have that support to be able to
process
keep going,
and deal.
to process, to let go, to figure it out and keep going.
Yeah.
Right. And how do you think breakups affect your identity and your sense of self?
I think it's a life lesson, right? You learn from every relationship. So you take the good with the bad. You try to do better in the next one. I think.
Yeah, I think it's a moment of growth, right? It's like you learn something from whatever, right? Whether it was ignoring all the red flags, right? Or not balancing those red flags with reality, like, okay, I see patterns, right? Or just being able to like start again, right? And having that same love and kindness that you had for maybe that person that didn't deserve it to the rest of whatever comes,
Mhm.
whomever comes your way. So I think it's a really moment of like reconstructing
Reflection,
yourself,
growth. Yeah.
right? Growth.
Mhm.
And so um I and which brings me back to educated women have a harder time finding a partner. And that's like statistically, I'm not just coming up with this based on personal experience. I read an article saying that out of 4 educated women, there's like 3 educated men, at least with a bachelor's degree, right? And so if you go further into higher education, the pool gets smaller. And so we have a harder time because there's less men, just less numbers.
Mhm.
And also because we still follow societal norms of wanting to find someone who's a protector in some ways, right? And so we want someone who's at least matching us or above us, whereas men don't follow, don't necessarily, I mean, they still follow that social norm that they are the providers. So they don't necessarily look for someone who matches them or is above them. They
Mhm.
have like a whole pool of people that,
But
that
there's so many more women now that are
Yes.
educated and have their life together. So we don't. That's
So,
not. Yeah.
so the pool has shrunk, right?
Mhm.
What do you think about online dating? No.
It's a hot mess.
Tell
Not
me more.
recommended.
What?
And then now there's a new thing, ghosting in 2025. So that's been hard. But yeah, online dating, that's just, I don't know. It's hard. It's not fun.
What do you think
It's
is not fun?
time and energy. At this point, you have to keep repeating. You have to have your little intro, your
Yes.
little elevator speech.
Yeah, it becomes like a job interview, right? Like you're interviewing someone, and I think it loses the fun and the spark of getting to know someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so in the men's group, guys often complain that we have high expectations right now, and that we want just like it seems like it's impossible to please us. What do you think about that?
I don't know. You have to meet, there has to be connection, right? There has to be physical attraction. There has to be, again, similarities. There has to be respect. We have to have multiple red flags. I think we do have a checklist, right? A normal basic checklist to start off with. And then just with the dates, getting to know each other more and going back into those deep-rooted conversations, learning more about the personal side. It's just a slow progression. And dating, I think, is sometimes like a quick fix to an end, And so you got to take your time. Like every relationship, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be differences. There's going to be arguments. So you also have to consider that in online dating, that there's more to the book, right? It's not just the cover page.
So how do you know how to spot that? Like who really has substance and versus those who are just a cover page?
I think actions are really important, right? Consistency, the communication, like from the very beginning, knowing about their background and how consistent their actions are, learning about them, learning about their family. You got to do some little investigation on them. So,
do you believe in giving people second chances?
That's a no.
Why is that?
Just because, like the saying, right? They hurt you once, they can do it again. I don't know, like fool me twice, it's shame on me. Or people are going to show you who they are. So
yeah, for sure. Sooner or later, right? It comes up.
Yeah. So it's up
really
to you
to
keep taking that, like if you want to keep being treated like that, if you want to keep forgiving, that's already not going to work.
What do you like about being single? I mean, I know you have, a boyfriend, but just
when I am single,
Mm-hmm.
It's the little things, right? Like not having to share a bed, not having to consider other people's feelings or time and schedules, not having to watch sports or action movies. Just doing you is really fun. You eat what you want to eat. You go where you want to go, when you want to go. that's the good joy of being single, you know?
And do you ever feel pressure to be in a relationship?
I don't feel pressured, but I want a child. And so that's my pressure. Like, I want a kid. So I need to be in a relationship with somebody so that they
For that,
can make a baby with me.
So because in some ways I feel like not like for instance me, right? If maybe I'm not in a relationship, then people just have the expectation that I in a relationship, or question why I'm not in a relationship, right? And so I feel like there is some pressure from society to to that look at women as complete only if they're in a relationship, right? And I don't think that's true, right? I feel complete, but I think there is that kind of perspective.
I think for us, it's because we're just too hot, sexy, outgoing, fun. Like, why are what's wrong? Like, why are you not in a relationship?
What's wrong with the world?
You need to be in a relationship. So it's hard for us to stay single. But yeah.
And I think also because we're like we are Latinas, right? And we come from
we're educated. We have our, our homes. We're smart. We're outgoing. Like, we have all those good positive traits that anybody could, I guess, want.
And how do you think? How do you embrace your singleness?
That's the time where I enjoy my family and friends. Like, I would be nothing and nowhere without my support system. Like, going out. That was one thing, like moving from California to North Carolina, I had to make new friendships. And I was happy to meet people that I can go out and have new experiences with. And it didn't matter if they were girls or guys, but I just needed to find connection. Connection is really important.
What brings to your life having that support and that connection with others?
A person that I can vent to, a person that I can experience something new, create new memories, just have fun with. Like, it's the happy, positive side. Friendships or relationships or traveling should never be a negative experience. Like, you're trying to look for more positive experiences.
Yes. And now let's talk about gut feelings.
Okay.
Like, have you ever had a gut feeling that something is off and it's spotting fakeness?
Definitely. And that's where, again, I reach out to my friends and be like, this happened, or what do you think about this?
Do you have any stories?
And check me. I think, we've shared multiple stories related around dating and guys. Like, he did this, or he has this, or, like recently I dated a guy that likes guns and has guns. And I was like, how do you feel about guys with guns? Like, that's not been a thing in my life. So that was a red flag, or that was something that I didn't like. And I had to talk it out. Like, that's right. Like, no guns.
I didn't feel right to you.
That that's not me.
I think you mentioned someone that you caught a person talking to someone else online.
Oh, that was my first dating experience. He had given me his password to his Facebook or something. And then I used that password to log into the dating profile that we had met, the dating. And then I saw that he was talking to other girls. So it's again, listening to the gut, using that password, finding out, checking it out. And then it's okay, it's over.
Yeah, no second chances.
No.
Why? Well, you did say that it's on you if there's second chances. It's on you.
Because trust is broken. Like, in my last relationship, the first time I ever got dumped, he wanted to come back, and I just couldn't give him another chance. Like, it's over. It's done. Like,
as a therapist, I have seen guys that cheated, and I have seen. And I think it's just you have to look at the big picture. It's different for us, right? Where we don't have anything, maybe we don't have a home with that person, right? We don't have a child with that person. We don't have that bond. We can just cut it off and it's over. And we don't have to look back.
Yeah.
We can just keep moving forward. But I think it's different when you've been in this relationship for 20 years, for
sure.
25 years, and you have 5 children or 3 children, right, with this person, and you have a whole story, or you have grandchildren. And then, and so I think cheating it's different, right, at different stages. And so I always, when I work with couples that have gone through this, and so I kind of help them look at the big picture, right? Like, is this the first time? What happened in what's
Mm-hmm.
going on in the couple's life and what's going on in his life, right? Some people are, can have just an existential crisis
Mm-hmm.
and just lose it and try to gain some control by cheating on someone else. But then, I mean, there's a difference, right? When you see someone that's 50 and still playing games and cheating and lying. And so it's different
Mm-hmm.
than someone who has,
A moment.
a good record and then
Mm-hmm.
has a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think as much as, as maybe we want to hate all the cheaters, like, no, there's a difference on how it happens and why it happens.
And that's why it's also really important in the beginning of a relationship to, tell them your boundaries and your expectations
Mhm.
and keep it honest and loyal and what you value in a relationship.
Yeah, but sometimes people don't follow don't follow your lead, right? Don't follow, and that's when you end it, right?
Mhm,
If someone's not following your boundary, then at the end, like I said before, right, you have to respect yourself and you have to love yourself more than than another person or a relationship, because at the end it's you.
mhm.
It's you who you need to value yourself. You can't be waiting for others to value you.
Hope you're listening to yourself right now.
Yes. And now, as I think I was missing the clinical experience or the experience of being cheated on, and and I have that in my background, so I can help people even better, because
Yeah.
now that I have that life experience.
And again, it can happen to anyone, and love
Yes.
is love. People can, really fall blindly in love with someone, right? And reject and fall into delusions of what it
Yes.
can be, because everybody wants that connection, that love. So that goes back to your self-worth, having other people that can keep you on check, and that can support you through distancing from that relationship.
Yes. And I think also your attachment style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like being able to let go. Maybe it means like maybe it's working towards having a secure attachment, right? Whereas if I hang on to this person, it's like something else, maybe anxious attachment or avoidant or disorganized, right?
Yeah.
And then it comes down to, just deeper things. But I always say, hey, I don't rescue men. I rescue dogs.
Okay, there you go. That's right.
For babies.
Yeah. Yeah. No second chances.
So, what are some of the things that you think help spot fake or authentic or the opposite?
Your personality, your character, you'll notice it's very little signs, right? When they don't want to do something, or where something was happening this way and then it kind of changed. There's signs. Like, I don't think anything just happens out of nowhere. There was something that you missed,
Mhm.
that you didn't see, or you rejected to see, but was there. So you just have to really keep a close eye on how they move, how they respond to you, how they care for you. Actions are a really big thing. They're definitely going to show you how they're feeling.
Yes. Another friend says, like, they have to be able to show receipts. Yes. And so nowadays, what do you think what do you think about what do men need to do to be there for us as women?
The same thing that, I mean, we're human, right? Men or women, they want that connection. They want that love. You got to figure out your love languages, right? And if those are kind of aligned.
That makes relationships easier when love languages align.
And then also just taking your time to getting to know each other and grow from friendship, right? Take it time, really value each other, respect each other from the very beginning, communicate the feelings, communicate your boundaries. I think men need to be caring, affection, just as much as the girl needs to be to them as well.
Mm-hmm. There's someone was saying that you know that we have lost our kindness. A guy. We have lost our kindness because now it's all about empowerment and sometimes we advertise that it's okay to be a bitch, and how we have lost that caring and that love that maybe previous generations had.
I think if you genuinely like somebody and want a relationship with someone, that will just grow naturally to be kinder.
But do you think
then that might be a fake relationship?
that would be a fake relationship.
That's a sign. You know what I mean? If you're just not kind to the person that you want to be with, like I think that's hard to not be kind to a person you want to be with.
Yes, but what do you think about that? Do you think I mean we're different generations. I'm older than you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that yes we've gone the opposite? We've gone to the other opposite spectrum with the empowerment and like self-sufficiency and the fact that we're educated. Not we, but just as a generation. Do you think that we have become less kind, less nurturing, less willing to, what's it called? Negotiate, not compromise?
Compromise?
What do you think?
Not if it's a real relationship. You have to compromise in a relationship. You have to, I think it is, we've changed it being more 50-50. Yes. Like now women are not thinking that they're going to be the only ones cooking and cleaning. Like I think we do expect men to know that on their own now as well. But not change in the way that we've been meaner. At least I'm not.
No, I know.
I think I've been kinder. I think I used to be really mean.
You've grown,
and I've grown to be nice to men.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm nice, and I'm gonna say nice because that's who I am, and so yes, but I think that maybe there is, right. I mean, I hear it in the men's group. I hear it from other male clients, and so I wonder if it's a trend, But like you said, I think it would be a fake, right? Because we talked in the group of how it has to be reciprocated. Whatever you offer has to be reciprocated, and in some ways, right?
You have to give 100. Each person gives 100%.
Yes, and it has to be balanced, and that would be positive and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But when that's not it, then it's unhealthy, and we gotta cut it off and move on and let go. And so, well. Friendships, relationships, they shape us, but they don't define us. So thank you for listening and thank you for being with me, Vanessa. And it was a joy having you. And I love you very much.
I love you too. Thank you.